Hey guys, welcome to Waste Not Wednesday. We are coming at you live from the farmhouse. Caitlin is taking care of my parents today, so Mariah is on here moderating. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up comments. If you guys love DIYs, making over junk, farmhouse renovations, thrift store hauls, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up for this video. We're gonna be showing you today a little bit of some Waste Not Wednesday ideas. One of them is we're making the boys a step stool for their vanity, because we're going to be doing a buffet vanity. It's a little bit taller.
Oh, it's for their vanity.
Yeah, who did you think?
I thought it was for under the kitchen sink.
No.
Well, that's what I titled it.
We should probably make one for that too.
I'll change the title, and I also cut it to fit under there too.
Well, hopefully it'll fit under the bed. It's the right size.
Yeah,
so
it'll
you're
go.
Good. So the kids, in case you guys didn't watch our video that came out, we did 2 sinks. The single sink, that's just the big single sink, is for the kids, and I wanted a step stool. Is that wide enough both boys can stand on it?
It's 24 inches, so you know, they can figure it out.
It'll be a one boy step stool. It's all right. Well, we can make another one later, but.
This one will fit under the kitchen sink though.
Okay, that's fine. We'll make one for the kitchen sink and then we'll make another one for this.
This one.
This is the kids' bathroom sink, and what I wanted was a step stool for that, although this would work fine for that.
This is the width of the sink?
Yeah, that'd be good. Anyways, Jack is a little bit short, so we're going to be making a step stool for that, and I was going to show you painting this faucet, but it turned out kind of cool. I'm going to show you, I'm going to come close and show you. This is what the faucet looked like before. It came on our laundry room sink that we got. And can you see the corrosion on it? It was all kind of yucky and gross. And so I used, this is from the dollar store, this toilet bowl cleaner, the lime calcium rust, and I put it in there and look what happened. Apparently it's a copper faucet, and this ate away the shiny chrome that I didn't love, and I was going to spray this black, but I just can't do it. I love it. So this is the...
I got to get some new grommets and things in there. There you go.
There, is that how that goes?
That way.
There.
What happened to your flange on the other one?
There you go. So this is what happened. Oh, I have the flange. It's
somewhere around.
somewhere. Maybe it's in the sink. But anyways, this is what happened to it. So what we're going to do instead of spraying this black is I'm going to soak it again and get the rest of the original chrome off, because I happen to have another dollar store bottle of Lime Away. And I think we're just going to leave it this copper patina color and just go with that instead of spraying it black. It is missing one of the little tabs on front, so I'll find a new tab. But this is going to go in the laundry room. So I just want to show you this because it's a good waste not. It was corroded and gross.
Had some rust on the inside.
And had some rust on the inside, so I put the toilet bowl cleaner that's for lime, calcium, and rust. I put it inside and outside, and it made over this yucky old faucet that they just threw in with the laundry room sink. So this is going to go on that, and I want to show you that. So we'll get on our project. But if you have any yucky old faucets that you do want to paint, this is a great way. Put it all over, let it sit for an hour, and then soak it overnight. And then what I would do if I was going to spray this is I would take my Dremel and sand it and rough it up and then spray it with automotive spray paint or high temp spray paint. But in this case, we're going to leave it. But I'll show you the spray paint I would use if I was going to paint it, because I know some people have. Oops. So this is what I was going to use. It's made for engines, and I feel like if you could spray an engine with it, it would work for a faucet.
It can handle heat up to 2,000 degrees, and it's super durable.
Can it handle 5 grade children?
Oh, that might be the question. Can it handle?
Again, I'm going to show you. This is what that faucet looked like. Look how grody that was. So, anyway, all right, let's make this bench here.
Okay, so these are just 2 3/4 inch pieces of plywood. They were scrap left over from building the range hood. And I'm going to be using my countersink bit. Everybody always asks, so I'll show you real quick. I just get these down at the hardware store. This is what it looks like. Basically drills a hole for your screw to go into so that it doesn't split the wood. And then this is the perfect size for a 3/8 wood plug, so you can plug your hole.
And welcome Kelly Schneider to Creative Business Skills. Make sure you're emailing creativebusiness@jamirayvintage.com with your name from YouTube and your Facebook email. Mariah will get you added to our Creative Business group, and she'll give you some information on how to catch up on all the video units that we have.
Welcome, it's fun. All right, so the reason I'm putting 2 of these together is because we wanted it to be a little bit sturdy and hold 2 boys, but I might need to stand on it every now and then because apparently this is going in the kitchen and not the
No, I think we'll put it in.
and not
We'll
the
make another
bathroom.
one for the kitchen.
But
That'll work.
so real quick, I'm going to angle the camera down. If you're adverse to loud noises, hopefully the camera mutes some of it. It does a pretty good job at muting out the loud noises and detecting our voices. But I'm going to be using lots of power tools today. Going to be using the jigsaw to cut out some pieces for this, and I'm going to show you how to do that live and kind of show you our process on how we build. We kind of have a general idea typically, and I don't often draw plans out very much. We just go with it.
Did you make the legs for this yet?
Nope, we got to do that too.
All right.
I was busy making corbels this morning.
Yeah, we're getting ready, finishing up the island, or not the island, the stove.
Here, you can take the, if you want, you can take the clamps off of them because they're ready and show them
Okay.
while I drill these holes.
So these are the corbels that we use. These are the Farmhouse 1917 corbels that we sell at Jami Ray Vintage and Jami Ray Vintage Home. These are unfinished, and these are going to go on the hood.
Oh, that's fresh out of the box and spinning on me.
Oh no.
Hopefully I can, give me just a sec. My tool is just spinning here on the
I just
the
bought
drill
that
bit.
this morning at Home Depot.
Well, that doesn't mean it's tight. I gotta go see if I can find, you know what? I'll just use my old one that has the broken bit.
Okay. I'm gonna move this faucet over here so it doesn't get any paint on it. I need to find that flange. I think it's in the bathroom. Yeah. So in case anybody is wondering, this is the real Mama Jamma when it comes to toilet bowl cleaner. At the dollar store.
So this is what it looks like when you break your bit. It doesn't have the actual drill part in it, and it smokes a little sometimes if you're doing it on a hard wood.
Can you pass me that dark and decrepit and I'll base coat these?
Yep.
So I've decided that I'm gonna go chippy
On the hood?
on this part. Well, I need you to open that. Thank you. And I need a brush over there.
So I'm just gonna put 3 holes, countersink them in. I think we'll be okay using my one without the drill bit because it's just plywood. See how it got a little hot and smoked there because I didn't have the drill bit.
Marlene mentioned the laundry room cart in the background. We're gonna carry them on the website, but I had to order it for myself first.
All right, so 3 holes right there. And that's how hard that is. And then we have these plugs when we're all done and getting ready to paint it. These are just also from the hardware store. And you just pound these into those holes. They cover up the screws and you can paint right over them and you don't even have to glue them. Oh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Janine. She said, you guys give me hope. So I'm using DIY's Dark and Decrepit. It's all natural water-based and has a built-in sealer. So I'm just gonna do one base coat and then this will be done. You can also wipe it back if you want more of a wood grain look, but in this case, since I'll be painting over this and I'm just doing a dark base coat, it's fine. If I was not using this particular brand, I would also have to put a sealer over the top to give kind of a break between the base coat and the chippy top finish, but in this case, I don't have to.
So you just went for painting those. We didn't even test to see if we liked the size.
Well, these are gonna work well for the hood. We just aren't sure if we're gonna use these for the shelves.
Oh, I think they'll be way too tall for the shelves. You
Yeah,
don't
I
want
think
your
we may
shelves
have
that
to
far
make a
apart.
mini version of them, or the corbel that we put for the shelf for the hood. I was thinking we could make a little bigger version of that and use those for the shelf. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't watched our hood video, go ahead and check it out. We actually made a pair of corbels on the fly for the hood, for the shelf portion, and I think I'm gonna take that corbel, make a little larger version, and use it for my open shelving. Okay, so base coat is done on this. I'm not doing the back or the bottom because this is gonna go up against a wall. They do come with trim when you get them, but we always add that later if we need it.
Because I was super prepared and making these right before I came to do the video, I have to go cut the legs out real quick for
That's okay,
these.
I'll get started on that.
So Jamie's gonna paint these and then we probably can just do like a little touch up here wherever I need to drill. But if you also run out of time, because it's just gonna take me maybe like 2-3 minutes, you can show them the hood with the corbels and what
Oh,
it's
we're
gonna look
good.
like.
I just got dark and decrepit on my forehead.
Good
Would you
job.
grab me the Hika?
Yes, we
Where'd
had
it
it
go?
out. Where'd we put it?
So this is the top.
Sure. Sure.
So, okay. So I'm using Dark and Decrepit on the top of my stool because I'm going to be using Summer Crush. This is Old Fashioned, but it's the same as Sweet Pickens. We carry Old Fashioned in the store because there's another Sweet Pickens dealer in town, and on the website we carry Sweet Pickens. But it's the same brand. And you can also get Summer Crush and Farmhouse Finishes. And I thought because this was going in the boys' bathroom, it would be fun to use a fun, bright color for them. Kids gotta have a little fun. They can't have an all-white bathroom. It'll be mostly white. And we'll show you before we're done the buffet that will be their vanity, that sink that we finished on Monday is gonna go on. I actually wound up buying a brand new faucet for their bathroom. Wait for it. So the faucets that are gooseneck that go to those antique sinks in matte black run almost $300, which is why the other faucet that came on the other sink, I was like, I'm gonna save that and make it work because I'm not buying another $300 faucet. So if you were just gonna leave this stained, guys, oops, they're not attached. I would make sure you're not using the side that has the stamp from the plywood because you can see it through the Dark and Decrepit. In my case, I'm gonna paint over this so it doesn't really matter. All right, let that dry. Oh, you know what, I forgot, sorry guys, I got a multitasker, I forgot to top coat this. I forgot this portion. I'm wanting to get the top of that stool dry because I'm going to stencil it. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, the stencils are 20% off this week at JamiRayVintage.com. That's going to last until Sunday, and you don't need a code for that. If you're watching the replay, check the date on this, because it may not be the Sunday that you're thinking about if you watch this like a month from now. Jami, you missed a spot on the front of your corbel. Thanks, Michelle. I missed a whole lot of spot. And it's okay if it's not perfect coverage because they are going to get covered over the top. Oh, Lolly says, I know I spent some money the other evening. Kai says, all that hard work at the farmhouse is keeping me slim and trim. It is true, you guys. Yesterday, I did some grading in the backyard with the rake, and I have not done manual labor in a while. Between that and all the sanding the other day, I've done a lot of manual labor the last few days. All right, I'm just gonna hit this with a heat gun to dry it, and then we can go ahead and put the milk paint on there. You don't have to use a heat gun. It'll dry in about 15 minutes otherwise. Zeb's just outside making the legs for our bench. Thank you, Jillian. She says my top is cute. We just added this top to the website yesterday. I ordered it in May, and it barely came. So it's been on back order for a while, but now I understand because it's so cute.
Is this going to be too short for legs?
No, I didn't want a very tall stool. They don't need much.
Yeah, because Jack's almost tall enough. He showed us the other day he was growing.
He doesn't need like a huge lift. It's just enough so they can get up to the sink.
Without splashing water
Without
all over
splashing
everything.
water everywhere. Okay, you can put that, you actually don't, you can just attach that to the bottom, and I'm gonna paint the top.
Oh, and then I can attach the top?
Yeah, so I have already mixed up, oh gosh, I should mix it some more.
But
I mixed up the milk paint in this Taco Bell cup, because we're at the farmhouse, and I'm just using this little J-hook, because I can't find my blender. You should use a immersion blender when you're mixing milk paint. You'll get a much, much better consistency. So this might be a little lumpy, but I don't care. I don't care. So you can see the Summer Crush is a fun, bright, kind of minty teal color. Similar to DIY's Mint Chip, only a little bit softer.
So do you just want like a cut, kind of like an old style apron bench, just like a triangle out of the center, or do you want it to be rounded?
I wanted it to be kind of like the Moroccan top, so it's gonna go like that.
Oh, like that one I did a while back?
Yeah, is that too hard?
Oh, you know what? Let me try something.
I mean, you
here.
can do whatever you want. It's fine. It's for the little boys.
Yeah, but it's going to be in your house, so.
This is true.
I mean, it's for the boys, but they eventually leave, and then I end up doing other stuff that Jami likes better.
Well, and let's be honest, they don't really care.
No,
They just
don't.
want to be able to get to the sink to brush their teeth. I am doing this out of order. Normally you would have it all the way assembled, guys. But we don't have time to wait for that if I'm going to get this stenciled. So, where's my heat gun? Did you put it on the floor?
It's over there, yeah.
Be careful. The other day I had the heat gun dangling and I burned my calf. It takes a special kind of skill to burn your calf with a heat gun.
So a lot of times when I'm doing a design like this, I just take something that I've already got made and just run with that. Oop, I think I unplugged you.
Yeah, you did. So he's just making the leg for this bench.
Or like a shape or something that I like.
Because this is raw wood, I'm not using any extra bond. If this had some shine to it, I might add extra bond to it. And I'm just using the heat gun to dry it faster. It probably won't chip because that Dark and Decrepit doesn't have a ton of top coat in it, so there's not a lot of resist. But maybe we'll get some crackle. You gotta be careful not to make it bubble. Move your heat gun often. You wanna pass me the phone for comments?
Yeah.
Crescent Moon, most DIY products haven't been on back order. Some of them just take a minute, but we are pretty well stocked. So if you need something fast, you can always email customer care at jamirayvintage.com. Otherwise, most orders are getting out on time.
So
They're getting caught up a little bit.
I don't know if this is going to count as Moroccan, but this is
It looks like two butt cheeks.
maybe I'll make it a little less extreme
Little less
than
butt
that.
cheeky.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this out right here, and we'll see what kind of design we get.
So I gotta move this. I'm starting to get bubbling. I gotta move my phone too. I actually have a new phone coming. If you guys saw my video, I had a cracked screen last week. I had to do my insurance plan because the volume is also broke on my phone. Electronics and I have a rough relationship.
Okay, it's about to get loud, so you know, fair warning if you're watching the replay or you're watching live. If it's loud, turn it down. I'm cutting this right here. We're just gonna go for it. Can you guys see that good?
All right, so. Here's one coat. And you can get that in Sweet Pickins as well as Farmhouse Finishes. At JamiRayVintage.com.
Get it in there.
I gotta get it in there in between the saw cuts. And I'm just using a heat gun. It's making it crackle and bubble a little bit, but I don't care. I gotta get this paint dry.
So what I did here, I backed it up and just cut a little relief cut so that I can keep going with my angles there.
And if you're just tuning in, make sure you watch the replay because we showed you our faucet that we made over with dollar store toilet bowl cleaner. and it kind of bubbles up the paint, makes it look old. So.
How's the noise on that, guys? Is that too loud?
Somebody said that they grew up in a cabinet shop. That was Margie, and she says, oh no, was it Margie? I don't know who it was.
Not affected by the sound?
She said she loves it. And Donna says it's fine, so we're good.
So these are going to have kind of that handmade look. I don't know, what do you think of that design?
Let me see. Does it look like, it looks like two butt cheeks.
Okay, I'm going to have to fix that.
That handmade butt cheek look everybody's going for these days. I mean, it's cute, but once you see the butt cheeks, you can't unsee them.
Hang on.
All right, I think this is mostly dry. Oh, do we have sandpaper in here, sweetie, or is it in the garage?
We might have some over there on the
Over here.
on the
over
work
there.
table / island.
The work table / island / oh, there's some over here.
All right, so that design didn't work. We're going to see what this one looks like.
Is the garage locked?
No. There, I feel like that works. Let me see if I can show you. That looks okay, right? More beaky, more like beaks. Well, I'll at least trace it, and if she doesn't like it, I can change it. So now that I've got my one done, and a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just cut out like 1/2 and cut down the middle, and then I'll use that to mirror the other side. Like if I have more time and I'm being more precise, that's how I'll do that.
So I did not mix this milk paint well. And we've got chunks, so I'm knocking those down. There's actually a few wet spots still too. You definitely want it to be all the way dry before you sand it. Or else it just peels off. Nobody likes that.
All right, what do you think of that?
Those look like bird beaks instead of butt cheeks. I feel
Okay,
like
we're
that's
going
winning.
with it.
The bird's beak design. I had it a little thick in a few areas. Oh, good.
It's a good question. Since we moved the tools to the garage, I don't know where anything is.
It's wet wipes.
Because I don't know if I left
It's
it
not
in here
tools,
or...
it's butt wipes.
Okay. Good enough.
Just wet distressing, although I feel like these are not wet enough. This is just water.
So, Jigsaw, this is a nicer one, but I started out using one that cost me $20, and I was down at Lowe's, and they have a Craftsman Jigsaw that is still right around 20, 30 bucks. So if you want to do some stuff, you know, just start drawing some shapes, practicing. It's pretty easy, and This is how I started making corbels and all that stuff. Like the
Yeah.
original one of these was cut out by hand with a jigsaw when I was designing the pattern, and then I took it to the bandsaw and refined it, and then eventually we programmed it and put it on the CNC machine.
And I'm just wet distressing this a little bit. I probably would use an orbital sander, but that's way too loud for the camera. So,
I don't know, that jigsaw's pretty loud.
yeah, true. That wet distressing is making it chip, which is awesome. Look at that. Whoop. You want to bring them in close?
Yeah.
So sometimes if your paint doesn't chip and you get it wet, like I just did, look. Look at the chippy. It's so good.
Well, and it helps that it's on plywood. Plywood kind of lends to a chippy look anyway.
Yeah, but getting it wet, because normally it's hard to get like that crackly look, but getting it wet really helps get the crackle and the chippy. And all I did was just take a squirt bottle, get it wet, kind of rub the paint around, and it kind of does its own thing. That's milk paint. You don't get to choose what it does. It does its own thing.
You can help it out a little bit.
Yeah, but people always just tell me, I can't get my milk paint to crack and chip. And I'm like,
Or they have troubles with it coming off.
yeah, they can't get it to stop.
Sometimes if you get too much, I honestly like leave that little bit of crackle and then go right back over it, and usually
Well, you
it'll
just
give
add
you like
bond.
a good textured layered look.
If you get too much, then you just do bond. Yeah, it's really only wanting to chip kind of over here, so I'm gonna go with it. But this new wood is starting to look very, very old. All right. Okay, you can go back to what you're doing.
So I am just, I'm gonna cheat and help myself out here.
You're gonna cheat?
Well, it's not
What
necessarily
did your dad
cheating.
say about cheating?
It's just a little trick that I like to do before I put the screws in.
It's not cheating if you share it.
Okay,
We're sharing the tip.
I'm sharing the tip. I do think I forgot my glue.
Oh, did you forget the glue?
No, I got it right back here.
I was like, we talked about that this morning.
But I can't get the top off of my squeezy bottle, and I can't find my good,
Your good bottle's right there in the window.
Oh, it's over here in the window.
I saw
I've been looking
that.
for this thing for weeks.
I saw that this morning and I took
My
a
glue
mental
bot
note.
has been found.
Yeah.
I'm gonna top it off right
Ooh, that chippy is good. Let me get the paint off there. So you can get new wood to look old.
now. This is Tight Bond 2. It's probably my favorite wood glue. It's strong, can work outdoors a little bit. It's not, like the Tight Bond 3 is made for exterior use, but my glue is not wanting to bubble out. But I like it because it's a little stronger than their original formula, and it has a little longer open time than the 3. The 3, you gotta work quick with that and make sure you're getting your stuff together.
I like
fast.
doing live videos because sometimes I think people think that there's a mystery to it and I'm holding back tips, but that's exactly how you make the wood look old. Just like that.
All right.
What does hawking a stool mean? Did you write hawking a stool instead of making a stool?
I might have. Whoops.
It means it's that misspelled.
It means that I was in a hurry and autocorrect just did what it wanted to do with my phone.
That's funny. Alright, I'm moving these out of the way. These aren't getting any more than this today. I'll paint them later with beadboard.
Okay.
But while we have the dark to prep it out, it was a good time to base coat.
All right, here comes the trick. I'm just
The
going to
trick.
staple it before I screw it in. That way the staples hold it in place.
In lieu
Because
of
this
a
is
clamp.
kind of wobbly. Helps to turn on the staple
I was
gun.
like, is the staple gun on?
That way I can make sure I'm getting everything nice and lined up. And then when I go to put the screws in, I can really put some pressure on it.
And we will screw this top onto there. We wanted it double thick, in case you're wondering.
And if you don't have the nail gun or the staple gun or whatever it is, you can skip this step. You can just line it up like I have now and screw it on. Typically clamps will help you keep it straight if you don't have an extra set of hands, because sometimes what happens if you don't countersink good is it'll want to push away from the piece and then it won't sit down good.
So the color is not mint julep, this is summer cottage. That's what this color is.
So don't worry, I will put a support piece in through here when we're getting done.
Yeah, and we may add trim around the edge too.
Because if I just left it like this, these legs would hold up about 2 times of Jack jumping on it and it would be over.
It would be finished. All right, so you're gonna screw the top on?
Yep, now I'm gonna screw the top on. And those screws, they're 1 5/8". So they should go nicely down through the support, the legs. And
Do we not need these clamps, sweetie?
those clamps were holding the.
Oh, the portables. Okay, I'm gonna move them off the table then.
So I don't have to have them. All right, and these are these are number 6 screws, or also known as drywall screws. You can use like regular woodworking screws. I find they're a lot more expensive and these work just as good. I've never had anything come apart. Sorry, I forgot to warn you about the loudness.
Oh, do we have my plugs that I bought?
Yep.
So we like to use these 3/8 wood plugs. We pick them up at the Home Depot hardware store. You've probably ordered them online. You could also putty over them, but these are great in case you ever need to pull them out and re-screw. You could probably also make your own, but for $2, we just buy a little box.
They do sell a drill bit at the same display that you can make your own.
Oh, I don't know if we
plugs.
have a hammer.
I have hammers.
I just don't know if we have it here.
Oh, you mean like it might be in the garage?
Yes, they might be in the garage.
Alright.
Want to go grab the hammer?
Yep.
Okay, he's gonna grab the hammer and we'll hammer these flush and then I'll paint them to match. While he's doing that, I'm going to finish painting the underside and the legs of this. Do we have like something I can put this on so this top doesn't get ruined?
What do you mean, like to flip it over onto?
Let's use this.
Okay. Let me go find the hammer.
Okay. It's probably not the appropriate use for a furniture moving blanket, but it will do. All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to do the base under here. I'm not going to base coat this part here because I'm not going to sand that part. So.
I actually found the proper tool. This rubber mallet is the preferred hammer because it
There we
won't
go.
leave a divot where you hammer it in if
All
you
right,
miss.
we'll flip this over. It's just easier to paint these legs when it's
Okay.
upside down.
I'm gonna go real fast.
You're going to cut the middle brace.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
22 3/4.
Okay, and I don't care if I get inside the legs perfectly because that's gonna get painted. This is just a base coat. Okay. Put those over. We may eventually trim this out if we want to be real fancy, but maybe not. You know, Zeb and I, our goal in life is to have a fancy barn, you know, like a little fancy, but not too fancy. When you have a lot of kids and hopefully someday have a lot of grandkids, you don't want a house that's too pretentious. It looks like a museum. You can also, if you wanted to really give this a crazy age look, you could seal this with top coat and then come rub the dark and decrepit on like a glaze, and that's kind of fun too. I'm not going to worry about it because it'll get dark and decrepit just with my kids stepping on it over the years.
All right, I'm going to pound these in.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's more difficult because it's on this soft blanket.
Sorry. Just seeing how tough you are. Yeah, Caitlin's not here today because she was picking, I dropped my dad and my mom off at the podiatrist, and Caitlin is doing pickup duty. So, my dad's a diabetic, and so when he needs to have his toenails trimmed, he's got to go to a podiatrist because got to take care of those toesies. And the only time they could see him was 9:30. I was like, well, teamwork. Okay, we're gonna let that dry, and then I'll paint that here in a minute. Where's that damp baby wipe? I just want to wipe this off the edge of it real quick. Hey now,
Oh,
it's
here,
fun.
I'll just flip it and then you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm just making sure my cut is 3/4 of an inch too long. Yeah, that's what I planned.
Hi Patricia, could Zeb router the edges? Yeah.
Yeah, you could, but with plywood, I find sometimes you get chips and chunks out if you're not using like a solid piece of wood.
Like I said, I would probably, if I wanted it to look really fancy, is just trim out the edges, and we might do that, or we might not.
I think once you get it all painted,
I don't think it's gonna matter.
going to look really fun.
Are you done with that? Can I flip it back so I can
Yeah,
stencil?
sorry.
Okay, now you're not going to be able to flip that back on its lid because I'm stenciling it.
Well, hang on, let me get this
Oh,
in.
okay. All right, I gotta wait. Gotta wait for Zeb. I got a little bit of it so I can decrep it up on that edge.
Somewhere between measuring here and cutting a minute and a half later, I forgot.
Oh,
I was
that's
off
alright.
an
Remember
inch.
that I cut shiplap for the hood the other day, and I was totally like an inch off. Like, what the heck?
Oh, it's too tight. Measure once, cut 4 times.
Oh, if you need to pull out the plug that we put in here, you could use a screwdriver or just drill a little hole and then pull it out that way.
Yeah, so what I do is I just drill a hole and I pry them out with a screwdriver.
Yeah, drill a hole, pry it out. If you ever need to retighten it. That's why it's better to use plugs than putty, because putty, you have to like scrape it all out, it's kind of messy. Are you cutting it once again? 3rd time's a charm.
Well, now I probably cut it too far
It's
back.
better to cut, like, have to make it a little, no, that's perfect. But it's too tall.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. So I'm probably just
Just
gonna
put
go
it that
like
way.
this.
That will be more than sufficient.
It'll do what we need and keep those legs from bowing
All right,
out.
are you gonna glue that first?
No, I don't need to glue that, I don't think.
Okay.
We'll just
Screw it in.
really quickly put a couple
All right,
screws
so
in.
if you're just catching us, we're just putting a brace in the bottom with a 2x4, just all this is scrap lumber from the farmhouse here. And that way this will have more stability because my little boys are both gonna be using this and kids are rough on everything.
Okay, so I'm just gonna real quickly drill some holes here.
Do I ever sign and date the bottom? No. We could, I guess. That would require more effort. Maybe one day we'll go through and sign and date all the items. We'll just look at the videos. This is what we made this. This is what we made this.
So it's smoking because it's not cleaning out the bit.
This basket over here is actually going to go up on the website. Jami Ray Vintage Home. I ordered it. It's not old. So whenever I order items that are a little bit more expensive, like I think this basket is about $200, I always order it for myself first and put it together and make sure the quality is good. I also have a couch on the other side of this in a box. I told Deb I ordered the couch for market research.
Give me just a sec here and then we can go back to stenciling. Are you gonna paint the bottom or are we gonna do that when we're done?
I'll do that when we're off camera. Don't you think that I had to buy that couch for market research?
Yeah.
We won't be able to show you the couch because we're leaving it in the box until we are
It's in the
ready
box
to
till the floors get finished in here.
In my defense, I ordered it based off of the time frame that we initially thought about having the floors done. We didn't meet that time time frame, so it came a little early. It's all right. As soon as the roof gets on, then we will have room to put everything in the garage, finish these floors, and once they sit for a week, we can move the couch in. But the good news is you don't have to move the couch. It's already here.
Yep.
See, I'm always thinking about you.
That is good news. So really,
Countersink just means he drills a hole before he puts the screw in. And the reason why is because if you don't, it will split the wood. So if you've ever put a screw in and the wood splits, it's because you needed to countersink a hole first. They make drill bits specifically made for countersinking that you can get the right size for each screw.
it also helps to for putting plugs in
Yes.
to hide that screw.
So like this is a 3/8 plug and a 3/8 countersink, so those plugs fit in perfectly.
And my countersink is broken and old, so
Keep telling us about the couch, okay? It's a soft stone gray with a wood frame.
it's right behind you, but it's boxed up.
It's the back and the sides are exposed, so it's it's a, what's that called? Unfinished, no, there's a word.
Deconstructed.
Yes, it's a deconstructed couch, but it's a little bit more finished. You know, you can see.
The bones are exposed, but it's all sewed up nice.
Yeah, it looks cute. So it's a deconstructed couch. It's low profile, so it'll fit nicely in here and not overwhelm the space, but deep enough that Zeb can sit in it. It's a formal couch.
Okay, that is now super sturdy. Boys can jump on it all they want, and you can go to stenciling.
Okay, well, first I'm going to touch up the plug holes here. And
Oh,
then,
do you need me to fill them?
no.
I'm gonna fill these ones on the side while you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm just doing the top part here.
So, part of why, I mean, yes, we were always rushed for time when we come to these Waste Not Wednesdays because we're usually like, what scraps do we have the night before? Or what projects need finished? But I also wanted to show you guys, I mean, the only thing I had cut out on here was the top before we got started. And within an hour, we're gonna have this whole bench built. There were no plans, we just kind of went along as we were going.
I'm looking for stencils. Let's just make the decision. I have a question for you. Sorry to distract you. Do we want to do these big lowercase or the little trio? I was thinking
I would
the
say
big
big
lowercase.
because it's a pretty big surface.
So I'm using, I believe it's the lowercase letter set, and it's got all the letters. It's $37.95, and it has, they're like yay big. But these are part of the stencils that are 20% off. You can pick them up at jamirayvintage.com. So I grabbed a new set because I didn't want to have to fish around for letters. Okay, so I wanted to say wash and brush.
Wash and brush.
Well, it's gonna at least say wash and then brush. I don't know if I'll get to and.
So hopefully watching us struggle here on this live video inspires you to go and
I'm not struggling.
get some tools. I'm not struggling either, but not having all the pieces together does make it feel a little more chaotic.
Every day I'm struggling. Okay, wash. Brush. My dad's getting dropped off.
Okay.
He must be done at the podiatrist, Caitlin.
He's in his new slippers.
Oh, did you get your new shoes? Oh, we can show you his new shoes that he got from the Jami Ray Vintage Home website.
So wash. So are we doing 2 levels here?
Wash, brush. Yeah, we'll just do wash here. I don't know. What do you think? I was just going to do wash, brush across the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do and. I'll just do wash, brush.
I gotta go get a chair set up for that. Hang on.
You can come sit over here.
Oh, there you go. Go sit in the theater chairs, Dad.
How are your toes? Are they feeling a little better? Did they take care of you, Dad?
Huh?
Did they take good care of you?
Yeah, it's frozen right now.
All right,
It's frozen. All right.
so you know we're live.
Okay.
We're live on YouTube.
So you can sit there and you need a drink of water.
We're both off camera. All right, say hi with your fresh toes.
Show them your shoes. My dad is featuring size 11 shoes from JamiRayVintageHome.com. They offer comfort and support.
All right, we got 15 minutes. Let's wrap this thing up.
Hopefully Caitlin took those out of inventory.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the 2 middle letters. I'm just gonna use the spacing.
I don't want them to be that far apart.
Okay, so I'm not gonna use the spacing. What
So
I'll
you need to do one letter and, so can I do it?
Yeah, but I'm spacing them
No,
here.
but that's not where I want it.
Where do you want it?
On the bottom.
You want
I
wash
just
on the
want
bottom?
wash and then brush right next to each other.
Well, I did center it, so you're good on that. Here's your center line right there.
Oh, I don't care if it's centered.
Oh, all right.
I just need my paint. Did I grab my paint out
Well,
of
you
the...
might need to center it so that it fits.
Where's my weathered wood? It might be in the car still. You want to go grab that and I'll organize this?
So just a heads up, the H is not centered because it's tall.
Okay.
What did you need?
I need my weathered wood out of the car.
Oh, so you can start stenciling, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to do it off of the bottom of the stool. Everybody says hi. Maggie says, took advantage of the stencil cell to fill in on the ones I've been drooling over. Yeah, we only have the stencil cell for all the stencil line once a year, generally in the middle of the summer. And I'll be honest, it's because summertime is usually a little bit slow because everybody's vacationing, so it's the perfect time for a stencil sale. All right, there we go. I'm actually just using the bottom of this.
You're just gonna offload right here on
Yeah.
the table?
Sure. Actually, where's the top to this? I can offload on this.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring you guys in close while we stencil. We're gonna go flying.
Sorry, Zeb and I did not talk about the design of this ahead of time, as you can tell.
No, it's fine. I thought you were gonna center it up here and do a brush down below.
Because it's gonna be pushed under the buffet, so it would have to be down here for you to actually see it.
No, it's a good call. Just careful with your brush over here.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do we have the orbital in the garage still?
I believe I took the
From all of
orbital-
the sink sanding?
I took it to the shop for Odelia.
You're going pretty juicy there.
That's fine.
Okay.
So I'm using the number 24 stencil brush. It's a good all-purpose
Where'd you
brush.
put your phone for comments?
It's right here.
Oh,
You want to read comments?
yeah, I'll look at a few while I'm holding this. Did we miss any super chats or channel members or anything?
I don't think so.
We haven't looked at the comments in a while, so if we miss, nope, Janine's the only one today so far.
All right.
Renee said hi, Dad.
Oh, Renee's watching, Dad.
Renee.
Your daughter, Renee.
Hi, Renee.
Your number 2 daughter.
Kay Handren says that dark and summer cottage combo looks fresh and modern country.
Thanks. Okay, we're gonna start.
Diane Johnson's getting here late, but she's happy to see us both, and she tagged you in a post that she thought you'd be interested in.
All right, I'll have to check my tags. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see a lot of tags these days because Zeb and I are working around the clock. We're kind of taking 2 weeks off, if that even is a thing. The girls at the shop are getting me ready for the Stay Home Shopping Network. We're just focusing on getting this farmhouse finished.
Fraser Barrick, no plans and how many years of experience? I only have maybe like 6 months experience of doing things with no plans.
Zeb has done no plans his whole life. Don't let him fool you.
Ah, Grambo, new channel member, awesome. Make sure you're catching up on the unlisted channel member videos. They're in community. You can find all the stuff in community, including the chicken printables. We're doing a whole series on the chicks as they grow up. And when we get done, we're probably gonna do like a whole collage situation with them. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll put it in the new farmhouse. I never get pictures up on the wall, so that'll give me a good reason to get some up.
Mariah said she'd do the other word starting at the end of the word. But Jamie's not worried about centered, so.
No.
Mariah centers everything. She's a lot like me with that and in design. And Jamie's like, if the letters are all over the place, I like it better.
This is a little kid's stool. I might come back later and just put a little heart over here. You know the heart from the Let's Stay Home set? I don't have it here, but that would be perfect to fill that.
Mariah says her OCD is going to have to calm down when she gets up here. Yeah, Mariah, like chippy and off center, and it's all gives it that old world signage farm like charm that you get from handmade stuff.
Yep. The beauty is in the imperfections. All right, I'm just gonna throw a coat of paint on here real quick. I'm using the Smooth Talker, which is the new flat brush from DIY Paint that we carry at jamirayvintage.com. I love flat brushes. I'm so used to using round on big painting projects, but when I'm doing crafts and I've got flat surfaces, I just love a good flat brush. I've been dying for a new one, so I'm happy that Debbie came out with this, and Paint Pixie, that's who makes the DIY brushes.
Irma wants to know, she says hi from San Antonio and wants to know when our birthdays are and how long we've been in business now.
I'm in September, and Zeb's is in November, and we have been in business 5 years.
Officially, a little over 5 years. In April, it was 5
Officially,
years.
I've been doing business much longer. I just didn't have an LLC before that.
Yeah, we didn't have all the official paperwork
All
done.
the official situations.
But Jamie's been selling furniture out of the house for how long?
Many years.
Probably about 12 years now,
I've
13
been schlepping
years.
furniture. Well, no, probably like 10 maybe. I mean, I used to sell at like consignment stores.
Anna
my
wants you to
garage.
know when you get around to designing new stencils, she would love a smaller version of the Magnolia.
Oh, too bad you didn't tell me that like a few weeks ago. I
So
just
the
designed
fall
my next
stencils
line.
have been sent out, and we're waiting to get the proofs back right
Maybe for
now.
spring, we'll do some more flowers.
So we should have those out to you soon.
And I got paint on my new shirts. I'm gonna have to wash this. I'll have to go to the shop. The shop's pretty close to our house, and I can go wash that. All right.
Elizabeth Morris, hopefully I just answered your question about the stencils being out this fall. They're in the works,
Yep.
and we've got some really fun stuff we're excited about.
We have the holiday, so I'm just gonna paint this little under ledge here, and I'll flip and paint the bottom completely later, but you will see that, so.
Here, can I flip this around so they can see the
No,
wash
I'm
and brush
gonna,
up, right?
oh, well, can I just finish this side?
Yeah, finish that side, and then I'm gonna
Like,
give them a
I
close
literally
pan
will be
of.
done in 30 minutes, and then we can sand it.
I'm gonna show them the 30 minutes.
Sorry, 30 seconds.
We don't have 30 minutes.
30 minutes. It wouldn't take me 30 minutes to paint this thing start to finish. I just want to get it a little bit more finished on the side. Then you can flip it.
I wanted to show them the crackle and the stencil all
Yeah.
together. And you can see yourself in the mirror of the vanity back there.
All right. Okay, you can flip that around.
Okay.
I totally love that this is like over this way, because it does leave the perfect spot for a little heart that I can add later. It's funny because people give me a hard time for making things imperfect, but then they see the design all together and they're like, oh, I get it.
So little juicy on that. She didn't have a good place to offload, but we'll come back in with a sander, and that'll pick up some of that crackle and the chippy from the milk
I
paint.
can hand sand it and get rid of it real quick. So you can watch
Yeah.
that.
You want me to heat gun that while you're painting?
It's probably dry.
Well, you got some on the edge there from your recent painting.
Oh yeah, you can heat gun that if you want to.
Maybe we'll take you over to the messy kitchen and I'll show you how this fits underneath.
Well, this does not go in the kitchen. This goes. But
I might make another
you
one.
can show them the buffet that this is gonna fit under.
Oh,
It's right over there.
it's behind a box of trash and a sofa.
Yeah, but we can take them flying. This is a work zone. There's trash boxes. What happens?
Last night, I don't know if you guys follow Jami Ray Vintage on Instagram, but Jami did a story on the chicken coop. We moved it and made a little run because they were all over the yard and we're trying to get, they've gotten adventurous and we're trying to get grass put out and all sorts of stuff.
Well, we also didn't want them to like run in the street. And then we also don't want bird nappers. What if somebody naps them right out of the front yard? Naughty little birds. All right, just get the edge there real quick.
All right, you gonna sand it?
Yeah, but the edges, I needed you to dry this because I don't want that paint to like smear on my pencil. Thanks.
Someone asked a question and I missed it scrolling up here.
Oh, where's my phone?
I don't know.
You had it.
I don't know where I said it. Oh, I said it way over here when I grabbed the stuff.
That's not good at the multitasking with the questions. I got paint on my sandpaper. You want to try that? Oh, they said it'd be cute to do a plus sign. I don't know if we have one, but that would be cute.
You could just use part of like a T. Make a plus.
This look took me a long time to get used to. Was a previous toll painter. Now I'm redecorating in Farmhouse. You're helping a lot. My friend Karen Denning is a toll painter, and she is having she has similar situations, but cottage look has been around for a while. And the beauty, if you look at all the big like designers in the cottage country look, like nothing's perfect, and that's
on purpose.
That's on purpose. All right, I need a paper towel or something. I guess here, give me the, can you just blow that off a little bit? Don't use that, it'll smear it.
Oh, just grab a paper towel, dry paper towel right over here.
All right, I'm just gonna wax the top. And just so you know, DIY paint's really pigmented, so it can smear a little bit. So if you're concerned about that, just add some liquid patina to your paint before you do it, and liquid patina your base coat, and then you'll get less smearing. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just gonna wax the top so you guys can see that, because the base isn't gonna get done. Which is good that I'm just waxing the top, because I have like very little beeswax left in here. And I'm using wax because this is super chippy, and liquid top coat would just make it chip like crazy. I'm gonna let that sit on there, and then I'll buff it. That's going to look amazing.
Got a little bit of smear with the DIY paint because it's so fresh, but that's all right. That'll just make it look like it's glazed a little bit.
Here, we'll do this. There we go. Perfect. That's how the whole thing is going to look once it's done. I'll go ahead and put a picture of it up a little bit later today, but I think our bench turned out awesome, and if you're just tuning in, I'm also going to show you, where did I do that? Okay. This is what we were going to finish today. See this copper faucet? It was chrome, and all I did was soak it. I put toilet bowl cleaner all over it, let it sit for about 45 minutes, then filled my bucket with water, and I let it soak, and it took all the chrome off and gave me this awesome patina. So if you want to just see what your faucets look like underneath their existing finish, this is a great way to start. And even if you're going to spray them, you want to make sure they're really clean. If you're interested in the paint that we used today, make sure you guys are hitting up JamiRayVintage.com. Again, the stencils are 20% off just until Sunday. No code needed. And then Zeb's going to show you the corbels real quick.
I'm actually going to
look like finished.
Yeah, so there's the corbel on the mantle there. Can you guys see that?
Zeb, do you want to show them?
Yeah, we're going over. We're gonna just disregard the messy island. It's my workbench slash where flat surface where I put all the stuff I don't want to lose.
Once a week I clean it off.
So this is will be hey.
Sorry guys. I kicked that.
So they'll be out about right here, and I'll build a little thing behind them so
Oh, you are gonna build it.
Yeah, because it's gonna arch in the
Oh,
front.
that's
here.
right. So are you just gonna put like a piece of wood back there, or what?
Yeah, I'll just build it out so that it's straight.
Okay.
And then you'll see the marble back behind, and it'll arch right here in the front. Just a little bit of arch from the front of the corbel over.
And I think these corbels that we made on the fly on our video the other day, I think we're gonna do a bigger version of these. And that's what I'll put for my open shelving on the other side here. So I think that will work good. Yeah, my dad's over there sweeping. That's it. He likes to sweep and vacuum. And we'll show you the buffet. So that's gonna take you flying. I gotta move the
more flying, guys.
trash box. And hopefully this fits under there. I just realized that we may have to cut the legs a little shorter.
Did you guys see the ceiling with the lights? We can change the colors on those lights. It's fun.
Okay.
I still have a little bit of repair to do up there, but we're almost, once I'm done with the trusses on the addition, we're gonna redo that roof, and then the floor's getting sanded.
Oh, this is perfect, actually.
That's perfect.
When you cut those legs off of there, it'll fit just right. Okay. Here, now take them over here so they can
Okay, I'm coming.
I moved the box of trash. Okay. It's very exciting. So this fits underneath here. The sink is going to go right up here. And this is the faucet that I spent like $300 for. It looks just like the other faucet.
You spent $300 on that faucet?
Almost $300. That's why I saved the other one. So this is the faucet that'll go on that big sink that we just finished yesterday. And then that'll fit right there, and Jack will be able to pull it out.
It's because it's black, isn't it? Like the oil rub bronze
Matte
is
black
cheap.
is more expensive, but this style of faucet, because it looks kind of like this style is not cheap. I bought it at Wayfair, I think. Anyways, we will cut these feet off right here. I will put black cast iron hardware on here. When this drops a little bit, this will just slide under there, and the boys will be able to pull it out and wash their hands and brush their teeth, and then just push it back. And then see, that's why I wanted it like on the bottom, because it only goes back that far, and then it'll stick out just perfectly. Yay! It's very exciting. Okay, I think that's it.
I think that is it. We got some corbels ready to go, and we finished that little
Faucet
bench.
clean, I'm gonna soak that one more time, that copper faucet, just to get the rest of the chrome off, and that'll be ready to go for the laundry room. Laundry room's gonna be a whole other story, but at least the sink and the faucet will be ready. Make sure you guys hit up JamiRayVintage.com for the paint and products we use, Jami Ray Vintage Home for the clothes and the home decor and the corbels. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more.
DIY.
Love you guys.
And on the fly
Have a
waste
great
not
week.
Wednesdays.
Every week it's something new.